Is humanity facing extinction? Yes, says the concerned spirit, the Persian Gentleman, unless we change. His urgent message from the afterlife is essential viewing. Humanity's future is in our hands.
Hello and welcome back to the Sanctuary of Healing. I'm here with my good friends and colleagues who go under the banner of the Band of Light, Jane, David and Michael. And because it's such an important occasion, I've actually written down the words I want to say to you. Today we have a unique event for you, a clairvoyant session with the Persian Gentleman, a wise discarnate spirit who has been linked to medium Michael G. Reccia throughout his life. Lectures from the Persian Gentleman have been published to wide acclaim in the Joseph Communications book, Many Voices, One Mission. This special event from the Band of Light will feature a public message from the Persian Gentleman, or PG as we are respectfully and affectionately allowed to call him. So without further ado, I'll hand over to David, who will now start us in the session.
Father, we come to your highest vibration and we ask that you put light into this circle and ensure that the information brought through is accurate. And we ask for your protection during this time. Surround us with your love and your light. Amen.
I should explain that what I am going to do, or attempting to do today, is a clairvoyant link. It is not intended to be a trance link. By clairvoyant link, I mean that I will be listening to the Persian Gentleman. I can already see him. He's dressed in a silver robe. He's very flamboyant with regard to colours. And of course, he can come in whatever colour he chooses to, simply by thinking about it and surrounding himself with that colour. So he's in a silver robe today. And he begins by telling me that he wants to talk about his house on the higher vibration where he lives some of the time. And I've been there. I've been lucky enough to go there on several occasions. And the house is, there's a courtyard, and the house has a tower. And from the top of the tower, there are open windows. There's a circular room, and you can look out across the vibration of the earth. And the Persian Gentleman explains that he could have moved on to a higher vibration a long time ago as we measure time. But he wanted to see to a favourable conclusion the situation on earth following the fall. And he almost every day, as we would talk about days, we would imagine days, looks out from his tower room across the vibration of the earth. And behind him is a higher vibration, the vibration that he exists in, part of the soul group vibration. He tells me that looking out over the earth vibration, for years now, he has been increasingly worried, because what he can see with his spiritual vision is the light in every soul on earth, not just in every soul on earth, but in the earth itself and in every life on earth. And that light is the true essence of every soul on earth. It's what they really are, what I am, what you are watching this. You are a light, you are a spirit being. And surrounding the lights are the vibrations, the intentions of society, of men, women, all life. The intentions intermingle, and he can see them like a mesh around the lights that we really are. And he says he has seen over the years leading to this point, that mesh becoming more convoluted. It should actually be a mesh of light from light to light. It should be a mesh of love and of harmony and of balance. But at the moment, it's none of these things. He says he wishes he could show you how things look from his point of view, seen through his eyes. And seeing through his eyes, you would see the lights that we really are enmeshed, entrapped, imprisoned by our wishes, by our beliefs, by our intentions, and by the way that we approach each other and approach the planet. And he says that over the years, as we would measure them, the trails of connection between us, the intentions, have become not only more enmeshed, but darker. And it has been more difficult for him as time has passed, as we measure time, to see the lights that are within each of us. We have put around ourselves this thorny hedge, this twisted system of heavier vibration and intention that has pulled us deeper into materiality. And he wants to point out that there is a wall, obviously there is a wall, an outside wall to his tower. There is a circular outside wall that comes from the top of the tower down to the ground and into his courtyard. Now, that aspect of the wall that faces the vibration of the earth has become eroded recently. And he will repair it by creating in his mind the perfection that that wall is. But as a result of the vibrations of the earth that reach him, he has chosen a position where they reach him so that he is aware of what's going on. As a result of those vibrations butting up against that wall, there is erosion. And he repairs it, and there is erosion. And he says that the thoughts of humanity at the moment are, if you want an analogy, acidic. They corrode all that is around them. They consume all that is around them. And he says at the moment they threaten to consume that part of each soul, that expression of each soul that is on earth, that is a conscious link to its spiritual core. He says it's like each soul is diving into a deep mine, deeper and deeper and deeper, and meshing itself in physicality, and meshing itself in materiality, and meshing itself in what it perceives to be reality, but in reality isn't, is only an expression that it is going through, an expression, a vibration that it's going through, is entombing itself in its own creation. And its own creation at the moment is a dark creation, a creation that wishes to control, to subdue any aspect of spirituality, subdue the very core of the spirit that each of you is, that is crying out to be heard and to be expressed. The reason I'm talking to you today is because you have reached almost a point in this particular cycle of existence of no return. A point of no return. If I was to walk through the earth plane now, not one of you would notice me. If I was to put my hands on your forehead and try to get across a spiritual message, very, very few of you would notice me. Very, very few of you would be aware of that raising of vibration that connects us together. What to do? what to do at this pivotal time. Again, I wish I could give you my eyes, my vision. If I could give you my eyes and my vision, you would say, my goodness, is that how things really are? My goodness, is that how things really look? My goodness, all of the things that I think are so important, have thought are so important, are worthless, are of no use to me. And all I can see using this Spirit's eyes is the unity of all souls, is the unity of the planet and all life here. And that unity is being choked, is being masked, is being stamped out. My goodness, what a mistake I've made. And I wish that I could hand my eyes over to each soul on earth. And they would be shocked, and they would be humbled, and they would be astounded, and they would regret deeply the movements in their life that lead them nowhere. And I would go to a town square, and I would take with me one of the pieces of metal that you drive around in, and I would hold it up and I would say, can you see, apart from taking you from point A to point B, how useless it is to worship this? And I would pick up your technology and I would hold it aloft and I would say, can you see, although this is useful to you to communicate, that apart from that, there is no use in this whatsoever, and you should not be worshipping it. And I would pick up, I would scoop up some of the earth, some of the soil, and I would hold it in front of you and say, can you see how you have polluted this, destroyed this? And can you not see that the whole earth is part of you, an integral part of you, and you treat it with such disdain? What to do? What to do? There is much talk in spiritual circles of waking up with regard to ascension, with regard to becoming spiritually aware. I would invite you to become spiritually aware. You listen to many voices on the earth plane, many voices. You listen to politicians, you listen to the media, you listen to each other on a surface level. So many voices are talking to you. And those voices influence you on a material level, on a power-seeking level, on a I must survive level. I invite you to listen to a different voice. I invite you to listen to the voice within. And you'll say, what voice within? I hear no voice within. You hear no voice within because you do not make time and put in the effort to listen to the voice within. The voice within is reached in silence. The voice within is reached by pushing out all other voices. The voice within is reached by moving your consciousness from your head mind to your heart mind, and there discovering that you are being spoken to. And who is speaking to you? You are speaking to you. You, the Spirit, is saying to you, the material being, please listen to me. I am thirsty. I am hungry. You must listen to me. And if you feed me through your silence, if you feed me by recognizing me, I can bring to you a different way of life. I can infuse your being with the way ahead, the path ahead. I can illuminate that path. I can talk to you. I can comfort you. And I can show you such wonders that if you visit me regularly, the things of the earth that you felt were so important will seem important no longer. And your true reason for being here will manifest around you and through you, and you will know what to do. I understand that many of you listen to the voices that are around you because you do not know what to do. And you are so used to not knowing what to do that you seek what you perceive to be wisdom, what you perceive to be the way forward, what you perceive to be safety. If you listen to the voice within, you will guide yourself. How powerful will that be? A day when you guide yourself. A day when you find strength in that voice within and know how to act, know how to react, know what to put your power into, know what to withdraw your power from. And you can say, well, these are challenging times. I don't have time to listen to that voice that you're talking about. Believe me, you don't have time to listen to anything else at the moment. You do not have time to listen to anything else. The path that you are on, in a different manifestation, has occurred before. The civilization that you feel is stable and that you're a part of has disappeared in the past from this planet as a result of you following the trends, the tendencies that are around you at the moment. I am not here to criticize. I am here to point out on behalf of my friends, my brothers and sisters, millions of souls, to point out that if you do not connect to your spiritual aspect, to what you really are, to the you within you, the greater you, then civilization will end again. I have to point out that which has been said by countless souls over the ages. You're each a part of the other. You are one organism. You are one organism with each other on earth, and you are one organism with us on this higher vibration, as you would describe it, for want of a better term. One organism. The person across the world that you hate is you. The person in power that you hate is you. The person in power who wants to control you is you. The person you will meet today is you. The person you won't meet today is you. The planet is you. Every form of light is you, because there is only you. There is only divinity at core. But you've been given the freedom to create whatever you wish to create. And at the moment you wish to create chaos, you wish to believe in fear, and you choose to express your need for divinity in the things that you hold dear. So the piece of metal with the steering wheel is your divinity. The next acquisition is your divinity. Controlling people is your divinity. Acquiring. And yet when you come to my side of life, none of those things will be with you. None of those things will be with you. And you may say, I'm not going anywhere. How extraordinary. Extraordinary that you will be the one person who will remain here to enjoy those material things. How extraordinary. The first person in history ever to remain here. Each of you is here for a short time only. And each of you brings to my side the consequences of what you have created during your lifetime. And I bring you back to that image of the wall crumbling in my tower room. The wall is crumbling as a result of the vibrations that I can feel and sense from Earth. Are those the vibrations you want to bring with you into a higher vibration, into a completely different life? Because the life that you're living is such a small thing, such a tiny aspect of who you are. But the consequences of living life in that particular respect are far-reaching once you reach our side of life. You have to untangle yourself. And that entanglement can take millennia, as you would measure it. Millennia. We have levels of consciousness here that are very like the Earth. We have levels of consciousness where it is felt still important to have the best house, to have the best of everything, the best clothes. But slowly and surely, the spirits in those levels have to learn that those things are not important. You own the universe. You are the universe. What more do you want? I mean that literally. What more do you want? What more could you possibly want? And whether you have millions of pounds and dollars at the moment, or nothing at all, spiritually you own everything because you are everything. You have no want except that you accept want, accept need. So, in conclusion, every soul on earth desperately needs to connect with their greater being, that part of them that is the sum of many lives and many experiences. And the only way that things will change for the earth is through recognition of the spiritual energy, the spiritual being, the spiritual reality that flows through everything and is being ignored at this time. I have no other message. You have to connect, understand, realize, connect with yourself, your true self. Connect with each other. And it has been said for millennia. Love each other. Why do you not love each other? At spiritual core, you do. Because at spiritual core, you are loving yourself. Love each other. Love the discovery of what you are. Put the time in. Daily now. You have the time. Put the time in to become quiet. To ask. To surround yourself with light. To go within the heart chamber and find light there. Brighter than any light you can switch on this planet. And draw from that light to guide your every action and move. At this point, don't make any decision without first consulting who you really are. Consulting the light within. Bring that light out. Spread it. It is free. There is a limitless supply. You don't need to buy it. And so you can give it. And as you give out from that well of light in your heart, it will be replenished and replenished and replenished. But the light that you can give out will remind others of who they are. Will place them in a vibration, a radiation of light energy that will help them to remember who they are. And then soul by soul, you change your world back to what it originally was. And you bring yourselves back from the brink. You edge back from the brink. And you begin to treat yourselves, for the first time in this cycle, you begin to treat each other with the respect that you should have for each other, with the love that you should have for each other, without the fear without the fear of difference. I will continue to watch from my tower, and I will continue to send out light, as will my brothers and sisters in the soul group, as will other soul groups at this time who are concentrating on the earth. I will continue to send light and light and light and light. And even if you bring yourselves to the brink and beyond the brink, I will send light until the spirit within each of you reawakens. But I don't want to have to do that. Be aware that when you sit in silence for the light, we join you. We help as we are able to. We bring you inspirations. We bring you peace. We bring you strength. And we bring you a blueprint for the only way of life that will ever work on earth. I love you all. I love the earth. I love every expression of life on the earth. And I weep for the blindness that many souls have at the moment. Only you can take off the blindfold. Only you.
David, would you like to close down the circle, please?
Loving Father, we give thanks for the light and overlooking this circle today. Please ensure that we're each protected throughout today and the remainder of this week. And in particular, make sure that Michael is closed down, that each of his chakras is shut until next time needed. Amen.
So we close this circle. I don't think there's anything more to say at this point. So we just like to thank you all for watching this video, and we do hope, if you have liked it, that you will help us by subscribing, and you will press the like button, which helps us technically, and we hope to see you again soon. Goodbye and God bless.